Good morning. Hello, sunshine. My apologies. Don't take quick, sharp breaths if you're peeling onions. Apparently, it makes you cough. So, I started without you. I hope that's okay, but I'm glad you're here now. Here, let me change the angle of this so that you can see a little bit better. Are you tracking? Are you going to come over here? Because I'm meal prepping this morning and I'm chopping onions. And I don't know if you guys are like all of my rest of my friends, but they love it when I chop onions and I start without them, but then they get to come in about the time that I'm crying because it's inevitable. It always happens. So, before I start crying, I have a couple of things that I want to share with you that I want to talk about. I started talking about some of this yesterday. Holiday parties are coming up. Going out for dinners with friends is a thing that's going to happen. And so we started talking about navigating social events and like how you can stay true to your health goals while still going to all of these things, not giving in to all of the indulgences. You can still have some, just do it a little bit better. That way you're not gaining 10 whole pounds or more over the course of the holiday season that you then have to work extra hard to get rid of later, right? So I want to talk a little bit about community, because isn't that really the reason why we are going to all of these holiday parties and social events, out to dinner with friends? It's so we can have that community. And being part of a community does mean having the courage to open up, be a little bit vulnerable, allow them to get to know you. So I have heard from a lot of people that they are not sure about sharing their dietary needs. And I was that way too. Like when I was first diagnosed and like I had to make all of these changes, I literally would rather have sat and hide in a basement than to really talk about like what my new dietary restrictions were and try and ask in like other people to accommodate me because it felt weird. But when I started talking to other people about what my dietary needs were, what my changes were, what I was doing now, which I go by a pescatarian diet, so I eat fish. That's my main source of protein. Fish, eggs, these are kind of my go-tos. And it's not super popular. Like, vegans are more popular than pescatarians as far as I know. I have met more vegans than pescatarians. And so, like, talking to people about that when I was first diagnosed, when I was first making changes, was really weird. It was awkward. Like, I didn't know what to say, and I didn't know how to respond when people were like, oh, fish. Not a real fan of fish, because most people are not a real fan of fish. I've now gotten to like fish. So, these are things. But when they understand where you're coming from, they are able to connect with you a lot better. You build up that community. If you try and keep it to yourself, I can tell you from personal experience, what ends up happening is they feel like you are trying to shut them out. And that does not endear them to you. They don't feel a greater sense of appreciation because you did not share. They feel like you don't know them, like them, or trust them enough to share. And I know that's hard. And I know in a lot of ways it's a way to protect ourselves. And if you are already struggling with not feeling well and you're not super happy with everything because you're still working on seeing all of the benefits, that can just add another layer. But if you will be brave and do these things. Good morning, Carlos. Thank you for stopping in over on YouTube. We're talking about navigating dining out and going to social events and how that can affect you if you are struggling with like chronic illnesses that need changes to your diet to help out. And that can look different for a lot of people. I'm diabetic, and that comes with a lot of different things. But people who suffer from celiac, GERDs, inflammation, IBS, all of these conditions benefit from making adjustments to our diet, and that can be hard. But when you are going out and you're spending time with other people, it can be extra hard to support yourself and what you need to do so that you can feel better. But if you will share what those needs are and allow people to be part of your community, understand what your needs are, they will get to know you a little bit better. They will be able to help support you. And having those people in your community is extremely important for maintaining your own health goals. Because if you don't have the support and you feel like you're on an island by yourself, you're more than likely to jump onto the first ship that passes by. But if you're not on an island by yourself, then you're happier staying in a community. And if you are brave enough to have these conversations with other people, you can honestly inspire others and encourage others to make positive changes in their own life to feel better. I had a conversation the other day with a lady. Her husband is not on the same pathway. Her husband's a lot like my husband. So my husband is 6'4". He can eat what he wants. He is a beanpole, has been a beanpole his whole life. And he doesn't really gain weight. You can see, not the same. But by being open and communicating, good morning, Barbara, about what our needs are. And this is what I was telling her. If she would tell her husband what it meant to her to make these changes and to live better and how it was helping, she could inspire other people and encourage them to make changes that are healthy too. Because a healthy diet with whole foods, it's not bad for anyone, and everyone can benefit from it. So why would you not want to share that with your friends and family around you? So that's kind of my thoughts for today on communicating with your community about like your eating habits, your needs, and going through all of that. So, these onions, I told you. Why did I deep breathe? This is gonna go badly. I'm going to finish chopping onions off camera because I'm about to not be able to see. Snot's going to be running down. I'm gonna finish meal prepping and get ready for today. I would love for you guys to put it in the comments wherever you are, if you're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all of these places. Like, what is your biggest fear with sharing your dietary needs with friends and with family, with your community? I would love to hear it, because let's have a conversation about it. Let's make it open and more normal. So thank you guys so much. I am going to go so that I can finish chopping onions and cry my little heart out. And I will see you guys on Monday.